this is a special fucking guest from my past. Warstarter, the King of Antigua.
Who's a star in many stories, by the way. You are world famous, even though this is your first time on the show.
I've heard.
Yeah.
64 countries, man. 64 countries is our reach.
Wow.
So some of the stories that you guys have heard about, you're probably thinking like, who the hell is this Warstarter guy that Drex keeps talking about, that he's out here, he was running trains on bitches with. And this is the man, the myth, the legend. Warstarter, go ahead and introduce yourself to the world.
Thank you. You make it sound too great, to be honest. Like you make it sound like it's a super badge of honor. Like, but I'm grateful.
Oh, there's no honor in these bitches. It's a dishonorable. The dishonorable discharge is a real thing.
And I was telling Drex the other day, I think we should make like a Netflix series about this.
Oh man, the amount of shit that went down.
Yes.
Warstarter, I got
better
you here.
Than the Cowboy Bebop.
Way better. Like way better. Trash. It would have to be rated R too. Like,
no, we're going triple X.
Yes, like you have to see every fuckboy shit that happens. Like we can't dummy it down at all. It needs to be like super X rated.
Well, that's the only really reality that you and I lived in back in the day. When we went ahead, and there are people out there who don't even know how we fucking met. So we can explain that. The origins of the bromance of the team up, the duet of Warstarter and I. It was actually in the lifestyle. We ended up dealing with people who were too bitch made for too long, and it was like, look. We need to just form a fucking crew of people, men and women. And dudes had to be straight. And let me explain this. When we said straight, this term, let me tell you how much has changed. When I first met Warstarter, this was 2005, right? And I first meet, and the term straight, heterosexual, was very, very easily explained back then, right? And when you said straight, you didn't have to worry about someone using weird terms or they interpreted what you said awkwardly, right? It's like straight just meant you're only into fucking pussy, right?
Yeah.
But something changed over the years. And we'll get to that change over the years a little later on. But Warstarter, let's talk about just those origins, right? You and I meet up. We actually went to go smash abroad at a Holiday Inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think how we first met is you sent me a message and told me you had something going on and if I would like to come, and I was like, sure. And I remember you telling me that you like to be on time. Like time was a big thing for you.
Yeah, man.
And
oh, really? Oh,
yes.
Really?
Time was a big thing. He was like, when I say 7 o'clock, I mean 7 o'clock. And I was like, all right, 7 o'clock, I got you. I've actually showed up early. And when I got there, he was like, oh shit, you're early. I already see that I'm gonna like you because you understand what the fuck early means. Like,
well, the thing is,
is that you don't run on color people time, is what you're saying.
No,
you can't do that shit in the lifestyle, man.
No, you can't.
When you get a bad rep in the lifestyle, you will literally be out. You'll be the dude stroking your dick every night. So I meet Warstarter, and it's like, oh yeah, we're on time. Let's go ahead and do our thing. And this was like the first of many introductions into weird shit, weird interactions with. And like I said, look, this is not like a knock on white dudes in particular, but so Warstarter and I talk about this every single time. I'm not joking. Every single time, without fail, weird shit happened in the lifestyle. It was always a white male, most likely middle-aged and most likely married, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was always something. They would say something weird. They would do something weird. You'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, dude, we're here to fuck bitches. Like, what are you here for? Like, they would just be on some weird shit.
Always. There's always this motherfucker trying to whisper in your ear, like, let me tell you how my wife loves it. And it's just like, bruh, I don't need directions. Like, this is not a porno. You're not directing me. You know what I mean? He's like, she got a little spot in the back of her neck. I'm like, bruh, I got this. I got you. You don't gotta tell me about the little spots and nothing. I got
You don't need
this.
to tell us shit, man. Look,
You
here's
know,
what killed me. One of the ironies of this, right, was that when Warstar and I first got in the game, we had these fucking bitch-made cuck husbands trying to like. Here's the thing, though. They try to flex like Jack Murphy. They'll try to bring a bitch for you to fuck. Like, oh yeah, my hot wife, she's here to get smashed by BBC. And you're like, yeah, well, we're here for the job. We're gonna go ahead and run through this bitch real quick. And then they would try to like direct you. Like, yeah, so go in this bro, you ain't running shit. I have the dick, I dictate. So what
exactly.
is
I'm like, first of all, you don't even have the size, so I don't know how you're gonna tell me, the person with the size, how to work the size. Like, back up, bro. Like, you already brought the meat. Like, you already did your part. You brought the meat. Go sit your ass down. Like, that's all you need to do. You know?
So Warstarter, a lot of cats, man, look, man, when I first got my big break on Ricada Law, right? I was explaining to these dudes that these bitch-made cucks and simps come with snack trays. They're like, hey, can I get you anything to eat or drink? They're giving you Powerade. They're giving you power bars and shit. I'm like, look, just give me the goddamn fruits, or give me the granola bar, and just go sit in the fucking corner, man, and just watch me fuck your fucking wife, bro.
You remember that one that tried to give us that Viagra pill and shit, and we was just looking at him like, we're like, bruh. I think I was like 24, 25.
Yeah, dude, we were young as fuck, man. We were like 24.
I was just like, bro, do I look like I need a fucking pill? Like, I'm young as fuck right now, bro. Like, I don't need anything but space.
It's because he kept talking. Like, so here's the thing. The chick came. So here's what's wild, y'all. The woman was married to some other dude.
Mm-hmm.
He, I believe, was married to some other woman. And you'll see this common in lifestyle. You'll see two miserably married people trying to meet up to do lifestyle shit, right? So here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand. Dudes don't care. You see what I'm saying? When you're a bull, you're like this. Listen, I don't care about your situation. I'm here to fuck this bitch, right? So he brings the chick through. We're like, okay, yeah, everything's cool. And remember, she looked good. The problem was, remember, she thought that, because it was three of us. It was me, you, and then one other bro, right? And we're like, yo, we're gonna go ahead.
The African dude, and he showed up. He showed up a fucking hour late.
Yeah. He did fuck up. We were literally in the middle of some shit. But when there's a knock at the door and you have a cuck sitting there to go answer the door and give him snacks, why not, right? So he opens the door, gives him some snacks, and asks if he wants anything. He's like, look, man, I'm just here to fuck this bitch. So what ends up happening though is that Warstar and I are trying to go ahead and do our thing, and then dude kept on talking. He just kept like, okay, I want you guys to imagine this. I want you to imagine you bring a girl over to your house or you go to her house, right? And there's a dude just literally sitting there the whole time, just like in your ear, like, hey, so here's the things that are not okay. But like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Damn, you can't get in your zone, because in order to be a bull, when you're out here smashing these hoes, you have to get in your zone. No different than a porn star gets in his zone, right? Especially when you're young. I mean, when you're young, you remember your dick is just like on hard permanently, right? It's like you just say when and where. Yeah, we're ready to go. So we're 24 years old, and yet this is not ED. This is an issue of a dude literally in your fucking ear, and you're like, bro, like, you're really killing my vibe right now. And it got so bad, and the poor chick, she started getting insecure, like, I can't do nothing for you boys. And finally, the dude ended up going to the corner. And I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the dude had a tripod? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Tripod. To watch this chick get fucking bunker busted all tree holes.
Yep. But if you notice though, as soon as he stopped fucking talking, that's when the party started. Like
immediately, like he literally shut the fuck up, went in the corner, and all of a sudden, and just sat there with the snacks. And all of a sudden, like, we got in our zone. Like, okay, now we can do this. So we're in the spot. We're doing these things, and we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, we're gonna break down this whole thing in the lifestyle. And Warstarter, in the lifestyle, break down the dudes. Let's go with the males first.
Well, I would say it's like always some fucking weirdo who's like can't do shit, but just talk. And he's always the one that's like, oh, she doesn't do this, she doesn't like this, and she doesn't do this. And then as soon as he backs up, she's doing every single thing he said she doesn't do. You know?
Jeez,
And
where have I heard that before?
bruh, and it's just like the whole time he's just, oh yeah, she doesn't like that. And then she's in my ear like, yes, do it just like that. And I'm just like, dude, get a fucking seat and stop talking to me right now, because your lady is telling me a different story. You know what I mean?
You're wondering why your marriage is all fucked up.
All fucked up. Because first of all, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, you don't even know what your girl likes. And you're over here trying to direct traffic.
Yeah,
you know,
well, one of the things is that like when you and I first met, you know, like there were guys, a lot of guys don't understand this, but you know, when it comes to doing fuck shit, that's why a lot of these dudes get no pussy, right? They don't have a roster, they don't have a stable. They don't have a stable because they spend more time being fuck boys. Like, if a chick tells you, come over and blow my back out, right? You and I have talked about this. I would say about roughly 98% of dudes on earth are bitch made because they can't answer the simplest question, the simplest shit test. When a chick walks up to you and says she wants a threesome, either way, you and I both know most dudes, because they're fucking bitches, are going to be like, oh, I want another female. Hey, Warstarter, let all the guys out there know what happens if a female walks up to you and asks you for a threesome, but you get to choose. If you say, me, you, and another woman, let all the guys out there know what's going to happen next if you do that stupid shit.
As soon as you try to invite another woman, you're getting a no.
You're going to know. Now, watch this. Chick walks up to you and says, oh, yeah, I'm thinking about a threesome or whatever, and it's you and one of your bros, and you blow this bitch's back out. What happens next?
They bring more bitches.
They bring more bitches. Would you believe how many dudes sit there still in about to be 2022, still doing the whole, oh, that shit's gay, I ain't gonna have no other dude around me? Okay, bro, sit there and keep stroking your fucking dick every night, right?
Pretty much.
These dudes have no receipts. When you and I were walking through the lifestyle, when we were running through these bitches, we had all the receipts. That's why the bitches came to us. We put the pictures on the website. These bitches saw that, like, oh, I want to be a part of that. We're like, okay, what's the deal? Oh, I'm married. He doesn't know. Can you guys be discreet? Being discreet matters to married women. Like,
it does.
Not putting their business out. These bitches are like, wait a minute, so I can get whatever I want whenever I want, and you guys can invite the team, and you're never gonna snitch on me? Oh, let me invite my friends. Fuck it. It was simple. It was
simple. And like even today, I always like anytime a girl tells me about a threesome, I bring another dude.
Always.
I always bring another dude.
Well,
you know, it's
here's the thing about the males and the lifestyle, though. You know, like one of the things that doesn't get brought up enough is, like, you know, we see this in general society and general culture. The thirsty dude, right? The thirsty dude is also in the lifestyle because he's the guy that's always pushing too hard on the females, right? He's pushing up on them, always wanting to do something, and he never gets none, right? And here's the thing: what guys don't understand. You and I have talked about this. You don't need to be the tallest guy, the biggest guy, the hungest guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not what it's about. Women want more than just simply like, you know, like an empty vessel with a dick. You know what I'm saying? You do need to have charisma, right? You got to have it, because if you just show up just like this, hey, my name is Nothing Boy, I'm just here to smash. They don't feel comfortable, right? They're kind of like, oh, you kind of weird me out right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I find that that's like the same problem I have now. Like a few of the guys that's a part of my group, they don't know how to talk.
Nope, they don't got the mouthpiece, man.
They don't know how to make someone feel comfortable at all.
Well, you know, I'm glad you brought that up.
If I don't do the talking, nothing is happening.
Nothing. Well, here's the thing though. When it comes to like swing clubs and bar takeovers, meet and greets and shit, right? A lot of these places, man, what ends up happening is, because here's the thing: most people are bitch made. You're not going to find too many real alpha males. So what ends up happening is, Warstarter, I talk about this. If you wind up in a swing club or something, right, or at like a party, A lot of times, unless you do something, unless you take control, people will. I'm not shitting you. They will literally just sit there and like stare at each other and make general conversation, snack on a little something, and no one gets fucked, and they all leave. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You literally just have to grab a bitch and be like, "This, suck this dick," because we've done it.
Yeah. That's exactly how you get shit started.
That's how you
And
get
then,
shit.
and then everybody else just automatically follows suit.
Yep. Because it's something that you and I have talked about in the past, where there was so much of the whole the stigma of, you know, like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't, you know, this is long before Me Too, right? And guys spent more time being indecisive, which is a feminine trait, right? And I told people on Nick's show, like, man, you grab that bitch by the fucking throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were in situations where, you know, people were kind of have that look like, well, what are we supposed to do next? I'm like, what are you supposed to do? Get on this fucking dick. Like, what do you think? What are we here for?
Exactly. Exactly. Like a
Yeah,
lot of people just need direction, and most of these guys don't know what that is.
No, they just sit there, right? Like they sit there. They're the kind of guys.
They just sit there. You know what it feels like to me? A lot of them goes into this thinking it's a porno. Like they think they're just gonna sit there, say some weird shit, and everything happens. And I'm just like, bro, that's a porno movie. That does not happen in real life. Like,
a lot of these guys listen, most of these dudes have no game. You know it, I know it.
At all.
These guys have no fucking receipts. Like, so I was talking to Kat. I did a show with her, and something that she and I have talked about a lot, which is there's too many guys out here who are faking the funk, right?
Mm-hmm.
They pretend to be something. I'm like, look, man, the reason why a lot of these dudes, virtually all of them, don't have receipts, when I'm like, it's easy to get the result you want if you just do this. You see what I'm saying? And instead of doing what we tell them to do, what do? They're like, oh, no, you guys are doing it wrong. And then they go over there, like you said, they say something weird. You and I have both talked about it. Women respond best sexually when they can say two things, two boxes are checked off. It is about what? Trust. They have to trust you, and they have to be comfortable around you, right?
Yep.
When you say or do something weird, she tenses up. See, now she can't relax.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, you think, oh, I'm just going to get her a drink. Can I get your drink? That would be nice. But see, she's retracting from you because you're not making her feel comfortable. So she sips the drink, but she's not really engaging with you, right? Like one-word answers and stuff. And when you and I were deep in this shit, we were having bitches laugh. We would crack jokes. Like, you have to say something that's going to get them to loosen up and then be like, oh, yeah, you know, let them know everything is cool. And then they can proceed. Because, so Warstarter, we got to talk about the females in the lifestyle. Tell people about, what is your average female, whether they're single, attached, or married. Let's do a breakdown. Let's start with the single chick. Single chick in the lifestyle.
Be honest with you, I haven't met much single chicks in the lifestyle.
Yeah, that's why we call them unicorns, right? The bisexual, attractive female who's down for guys and girls. Yeah. That's why in the lifestyle, guys, these are called unicorns, right? Do they exist?
Yeah.
Is it easy to find them? No.
Yeah, they almost don't exist.
Nearly impossible to find, right? Because most women in the lifestyle are in some form of a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm. And
so
mostly they're the married ones.
The married ones, or they have like a boyfriend somewhere and he ain't shit, right?
That too, but it's normally that she's married, because half of them do show up with the boyfriend and don't show up with the husband.
True. Yeah. That part is true.
And it's like I don't want my husband to find out.
Yep.
So I'm rolling with this guy. Rolling with this guy who doesn't know how to shut the fuck up either. And make shit extremely uncomfortable for everyone else.
Man, you know what? Okay, let me ask you this though. Who do you think is worse, the husband or the boyfriend?
I would say the boyfriend.
It's like, you know, the husband. Here's the thing: a husband can be lame, but because he knows he's lame,
he can be lame, but he shut.
Like, well, I ain't gonna say shit. Yeah, he won't say. Yes. Like certain husbands are like, oh, I'm just here for her pleasure. I'm just gonna sit here and take pictures of you guys smashing my wife. Okay, cool. But
or he would be the one in the corner that's jacking off watching you.
Oh, yeah. Look, dude.
That's That's what he's doing.
Hey, look, man. If you see a dude wearing a porcelain mask, or he has his balls on ice, or he has a chastity on his fucking dick, he had what do they call him, the cock cage or whatever.
Yeah.
Look, man. None of this is acceptable behavior. Acceptable behavior, man. This has to all be eradicated from the lifestyle, right? Like we can't allow this shit no more. And when it comes to the females, what people need to understand is that, because we're trying to help guys out here, right? There's people out there that don't get it, right? We're trying to help them. Warstarter, we need to discuss why females get into the lifestyle.
From my experience, I think a lot of females seem to get into the lifestyle to fuck black guys.
Yep.
That's exactly what I see. And it's never just one. They always want a gangbang of black guys.
Oh.
And there's always that one who's super ridiculous who says, I want all the cocks to be 12 inches.
Yeah. They've been watching too much porn.
And then once the shit starts, it's like, oh my God, you're huge.
Wait, stop. Wait.
Yes. And then it's like, is there anyone else here that's smaller? And it's, but you requested this.
You requested the dick.
There's no smaller people here. This is what the fuck you asked for. Like, is that moment is when they realize they fucked up.
They fucked up. They really did fuck up.
Clip.
There's
that moment she realized she fucked up.
She fucked up. And I'm just there like, yeah, you definitely fucked up, because you had us bring 8 motherfuckers here, and you're acting like this on 1.
Man, they act brand new. And
brand new as fuck.
The thing that's crazy, though, is that, so one of the things that when Warstar and I first met, the thing that shocked us was, at first, we're thinking to ourselves, maybe some of these chicks are playing games, they're faking the funk. Every now and then, though, especially if you went on a house call, right? Way back in the day, if you didn't have the crew ready and someone just wanted a one-on-one, oh yeah, my husband's here at the house, whatever. If you did a one-on-one, you saw what the husband was working with. You're like, oh, I see why this bitch is in the lifestyle. Most of these dudes have like embarrassing sized dicks. It's some shit that honestly, you should we need suicide rates to go up, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be embarrassing the fucking male species like that, because here's the thing. You and I have talked about this. These women don't like these guys. They don't love them, and they don't respect them, right? They use them. They'll use these guys. Them,
yeah. They're pretty much just keeping the lights on and the bills paid. That's it.
These guys don't know, man.
Look, sexually, they're not doing nothing.
No, they don't shit. Look, if you aren't pleasing your woman sexually, you will not keep her, period. Any guy out there saying, Drex is just all about talking about sex stuff, I go, let me repeat that again. If you do not please your woman, and this means totally please her, not no fucking, we have decent sex. No. Blow her motherfucking back out.
You can't, I can kind of see where they're arguing with you on that, though.
It's a bad argument.
Because a lot of those women would just have a side dude that the husband has no idea of.
Yeah, that's true.
And that would be the woman who goes to the swing parties with the boyfriend.
Yep.
And the husband has no idea. So they really think their sex life is great, because he has no idea that every weekend she's having a 12-man gangbang that's keeping her level satisfied of sexual contact. And then she still has her boyfriend that she still fucks on the side. Yep. That's still different from the gangbang she's getting. Yep. But hubby knows nothing about that. Nothing. So to him, he thinks he's doing the shit.
Oh, my wife is satisfied. I don't know why you guys sit there and say that shit. And you know what? I'll tell you what. My wife loves me. And here's the beauty of all this, right? Is that you look at guys like this, right? That we mock, the women mock, everyone mocks, because like I said, they're subhuman. That's all bitch made simps are. They're subhuman. And the guys that are detractors, right? That they want to open their mouth and talk crazy or whatever. You and I are always like, yo, it's wrong to have this mentality where you think your wife is so loyal, because we're out there, right? And we said before the show. So Warstarter, you're gonna be the next guy asked this question too. Yes or no? Are married women the easiest women to smash in the current year?
Yeah.
Okay. Somewhere out there, there's a bitch made simp who's married, or he knows someone who's married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give them the insight. Let them know how it goes down.
Well, what always happens is, like, for me, a married guy would tell me what his wife doesn't do. And then as soon as he leaves, she's like, yeah, let me swallow it.
Swallow
And I'm
fucking
just
kids.
like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, let me swallow it. I was like, your husband just said you don't do that. She's like, fuck what he said.
They don't respect these guys at all, man.
And then she would be like, take your condom off too. And I'm just like, whoa. But
Yeah,
he
you know
just
what?
said said no beer back. And she's like, fuck what he said. Like, I don't like condoms.
You
So
know what, though? That
right
doesn't
there,
even
she
fucking matter. Go
already
ahead.
is telling me that all these rules that are set is his rules.
All
She
of them.
doesn't do none of those rules when she's by herself. And he basically just left us in the truck and went inside the bar to get a drink. And she
I
was
remember
just
that
like,
day.
yes.
I remember that night. Yeah. I
Yes.
met up with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
Yes,
that. Yeah,
and she was just like, all the fucking rules he gave me in the bar was out the door as soon as he walked away from the truck. I was like, they're putting on my rubber, and she's like, no, you don't need that. And I'm like, but he said, and she's like, don't fucking worry about what he said. Just, I'm like, okay. So I'm just like banging her back out, and then I'm about to bust it. I'm like, yo, what do you want me to do? You want me to pull it out, put it on your breast or whatever? And she's like, no, let me swallow it. And I'm just like, okay, swallow it. You know,
lame ass Mary
just
Simps
let
don't
her
know.
fucking do it. And then when I got out the car, he was just like, yeah, so how was it, man? I'm just like, yeah, everything was great. I was like, everything is great. I gotta go. I just jumped in my truck and left and went and met with Drex. And then I just told him the whole story. Like, this shit is crazy.
Dude, I remember that night, man. We met up. We were like in the parking lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we were in the parking lot.
Another hotel.
Yeah. Oh man, damn.
It was right over there in Burnsville.
Yep.
Burnsville Savage area.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah. We met up over there. It was some wild shit because one of the things that people don't understand, man, is that we got to break down the changes over the years, right? Let's go at then versus now in terms of the lifestyle. So what have you noticed are the biggest changes?
Right now, every dude seems to be getting pegged.
Well, I told you business has been good for Becca, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like every fucking dude is getting pegged right now. And they're telling you they're not gay.
Yeah. Okay. So
look, Drex, just because I get pegged from time to time doesn't make me gay.
Look, man, these dudes will say anything, man. One of the things that, Warstarter I was talking about.
If you're getting pegged, you're gay.
You're getting pegged, you're gay, man.
I don't give a fuck how you try to turn that.
No, but it's not a real dick. It's a plastic dick. Nah, you're gay, bro.
If she's sticking a dildo in your ass, you're gay.
You're gay, man. You're gay.
I'm not even going to entertain that conversation. You're gay.
You're gay. Now, this is what's wild about that, though, is that, do you believe that the rise in females wanting the most like outrageous sex acts and degradation and gangbangs is due to the fact that they don't find any men that are masculine anymore, right? If every guy, think about it. Imagine being a female and a guy wants to get pegged, right? And then the next guy is out here, he wants to watch you get smashed by a real man while he licks up the man gravy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you're like, well, wait a minute. I mean, are there any men that just want to blow my fucking back out? Like, I mean, damn, where are they at?
I don't think those women are doing that either. They seem pretty content with this shit, to be honest with you. Like a lot of the women I'm meeting, they seem pretty happy that their husbands want to get pegged and not do what they should be fucking doing.
Okay, so here's the follow-up question to that. They say that they're happy, but you know how many pills they're popping, right? What did their actions say? Are these bitches miserable?
Well, they've always looked miserable to me. They've always.
They say. Yes, they
say one thing, but they've always looked miserable to me. And I see why, because a lot of the husbands they bring, it's like it's a pencil. If I had to work with that every night, I'd be fucking miserable too.
Yeah, we saw some shit, man, when we were back in the day. And one of the things that I noticed that really changed was people got flakier due to the internet becoming more prevalent. Because back in the day, even though the internet was there and all that, this was before the smartphone, right? So I mean, you still sent email, and because you sent email, it was like this. Oh yeah, I'm emailing you. Oh yeah, we're gonna meet at this spot, right? We're gonna meet up here. Maybe you had the person's number, maybe you didn't, but you had established that the people were real. Hey, let's meet up. And after, basically, it was like you email first, establish they were real, and then once you met them in person, then it's like, okay, hey, we're cool. Here's my phone number, direct communication, right? Now with all these apps, though, the problem is people are just kind of like, oh, well, I don't have to really be held accountable for anything I do, so I can be flaky, I can be whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the major things that changed is the flakiness, right? More fat people got in the lifestyle. Like, okay, do you remember when you and I first got in? We didn't really see fat bitches, right? Like, I mean, that just wasn't something you saw.
No. Fat
You went to a party.
Yeah,
it was not a thing. Like, you went to a party. Like, yeah, you could have a thick girl. That was no problem. But like, there were no real fat women back.
Yeah, there was like no one that was out of shape.
Yeah. You didn't like see a broad be like, oh my God, look at this. This is hideous. It didn't exist. Fast forward 15 years later, you're like, bruh.
Lizzo is the most popular woman on the planet right now.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Tell me I'm lying.
It's wild, man. Like the amount of things that change, and Warstarter and I talk about the rise of the gay and the cuck shit. Do you believe that the conditioning has been happening due to a lot of these pornos?
I don't know. I haven't watched porno in a long time, to be honest with you. The last time I've actually watched porno is when Luscious Lopez and stuff was like a thing.
That was a good era. That was a great era, man.
And Flower Tucci and shit like that. Like,
yeah, buddy.
I have not watched porn recently, so I don't even know what's the poppin' thing in porno right now.
No. So that's the problem. So this is what ends up happening, man. You go on these big search engines for porn, and they're always trying to push cuck porn, gay porn, tranny porn, and like incest porn, right? Like even if like you weren't looking for it.
Fucking the step bro stuff.
Well, the incest was always.
It was always there, but like, they didn't push it as hard as they're really pushing it now, though. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna look up BBC gangbang on this broad, right? And you're like, okay, let me go ahead and see this chick get smashed, and then you know what you see instead? Boom. Incest porn. Like, how the fuck did we end up here? Like, I don't want to see this shit.
When you think of it, right, it's not just a porno. I mean, look at the Flash TV show, bro. Iris is basically Flash's sister, bro.
Yeah.
They grew up as siblings, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because they killed his fucking parent, his mother when he was a kid. Then his dad went to prison to do the time. So he's like, what, 5, 6? Yeah. Right? So for all that time, he's been calling Iris his sister. Yep. That's your sister, bro.
Yeah, you can't smash your sister, man. You can't.
No, you guys grew up in the same house. They both called Joe fucking dad. And and it's not like they could have changed that. But they made it so obvious to even like when Iris tried to kiss him and he was like, dude, Joe is right there. Like he's letting you know how uncomfortable this shit should be. And yet still they're pushing it down your throat as, yes, this is good TV. So if it's as far as a CW show, I'm not surprised that they're pushing that on pornos.
It's gotten bad, man. This is the point that we're at because, like I said, the lifestyle is a degradation of a lot of things and a perversion of a lot of things in terms of traditional, monogamous relationships. And like the open relationship thing, you and I have talked about, people always ask, does it work? Does it not work? I'm like, it depends on people. You know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, the heteronormal relationships, right? Just having like a man, a woman, they have a monogamous relationship. That shit's not working. The open relationship doesn't work. The gay couples don't work. Like none of these situations are really working, right? Like, I mean,
No.
every time you look at all these couples that people try to promote, you wind up finding out something about, right? Oh, Jerry Falwell Jr. Oh, look at that. He's a cuckold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys right here talking about masculinity courses like Jack Murphy. Next thing you know, oh, he wrote an article about being a cuck. Like, what the fuck is it? Like,
Even with like the open relationships, I don't think those ever work either, to be honest with you. It's like half of those open relationships, the girl is really pretty and the guy is like a butterface. Like no
absolutely.
chicks want to fuck him to begin with. So
We're
she's
talking
getting
about,
all the play.
Oh, finish. Sorry.
Okay, so like she's getting all the play. He's barely fucking anyone. Right?
Barely.
So eventually it's going to turn into, oh, you're fucking someone every night. So now it's jealousy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not fucking as many people as you're fucking. You're getting way more opportunities than me. I think you need to slow down. And then that's where the argument starts. You know? And then
you were talking about the Flash earlier. Fucking Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
Drex's beloved Star Wars franchise.
Well,
Drex,
they don't
Star
pursue
Wars
each
has
other.
been conditioning you. Star Wars has been conditioning you to be incestuous.
I don't know about all
yes.
that.
And if you want to go a step further, right? Like you remember the day DMX died?
Yep.
Okay, so did you hear that I think it was one of the Queen's husband or some shit died the same day?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were like, no one is like talking about it because everyone is all like, DMX died, and they didn't even mention him. So I was like reading the article, and the shit was like, the Queen's husband, her first cousin, and I was just like, hold the fuck up. Are we just gonna act like they just didn't throw the first cousin just in there like that in the article in the headline? Like that's her first cousin. Right?
Oh, yeah, so, but that's the monarchy, though. I mean, that's been part and parcel of the monarchy.
Yeah,
on a time.
Yeah, this perverse, just very very deviant shit has always been getting pushed. And one of the things that we need to talk about when it comes to the sexual deviance of society is that we need to actually go in, and you and I are about to take everybody on a little journey, right? We're gonna take them behind the scenes, right? And we're going to take them to the suburbs. Let's talk about what really goes on in the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's somebody who says Susie Homemaker is just that. She's Susie Homemaker, right? Let's go in balls fucking deep about what really goes on in the burbs, right? All right, let's start here. How many of these married women in the suburbs are currently cheating?
I would say 95%.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you believe this? People who don't believe this?
I don't believe
especially if it's the stay-at-home wives.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
you know how many
numbers that low?
95%.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and a lot of I had a lot of people contact me. Fuck them during the day. It's like, come to my house. Kids are at school. Husband's at work. I have from this time to this time.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Isn't it amazing how that happens?
I know he doesn't know. I know he doesn't know I'm in his house, banging his wife on their bed, on their fucking kitchen counter, their dining table. Like I'm all over the house. Like I'm fucking on the steps in front of the door. I'm pretty sure neighbors have seen. His windows are wide fucking open. Like
they never tell him, right?
She's probably yelling her fucking lungs out.
Yeah, she is making a bunch of fuck. Sometimes I got to be like, shut up. Like everybody don't need to know I'm here. Like shut the fuck up. But it's not only that too. It's like when I pull up and the other neighbors are outside, there's just like, who is this black guy just walking into this house? Like,
yep.
So they already know she's cheating.
Oh yeah, everybody knows. For all you guys out there that are in the burbs thinking that your wife is like this fucking loyal, submissive wife, especially white guys, because like I said, every ethnic group simps differently, right? They do it in different ways. The white guy is the relationship simp. They're obsessed with relationships. Like a white guy will see a chick get a train run on her and still try to date her, right? Like, oh my God, she's so great. Oh my God, I know she has 48 tattoos. She's a single mom, and she just got a train run on her, but I still want her as my queen. It's like, ugh. And
Lord Southern.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I find funny though is that Warstarter, we had this streak back in the day, right, where we basically just like Genghis Khan style ran just a terror through the suburbs, right? It was just one after another, and we got to a point where we kind of stopped and looked like, are any of these bitches getting dick? Because I mean, like, would you argue they've become insatiable?
I mean, look at what they're working with, man.
I know, man. These dudes are bitch made, man. Well, the other thing is that society keeps telling these guys that getting the woman equals you got a good job, you got this career or whatever, and you can put her in this nice house in the suburbs. You got 2.5 kids and the dog and all that. But here's the thing, though. You're not blowing her back out. It doesn't matter.
Still doesn't mean shit. And look, I even tried doing the couples thing. I've tried doing the couples thing once, and even that was embarrassing because I would take my lady there, and then the dude would nut in like 2 minutes, and then she's looking at me like, "You're gonna have to fuck us both."
Yep.
And I'm just like looking at this dude like, "Thanks a lot." Like, what was the purpose of even me bringing my chick here?
Right? Or was the purpose of that guy being there? And, well, here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you talked earlier about how these guys look, right? And looks do matter, obviously. But one of the things that doesn't get brought up enough is that if you are in the lifestyle, right? This is for all those guys that are in the lifestyle in some form or fashion, or maybe you're listening to this and some girl is going to suggest an open relationship, right? Ask yourself this simple question: if you didn't have money, could you just walk in? Right? Just walk into a bar or a club or wherever and just pull bitches. It's a simple yes or no question. That means you don't have a dollar to your name. So you can't say, oh, let me buy you drinks. It's a yes or no question. 95% of guys can't do that. They just can't.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the reason why I say that is that when you look at the guy who's like, why am I always getting cheated on? Because you're a good provider, bro. That's why she's using you. You're a great listen, you have a great job. She knows you're going to be loyal because you have no options, right?
Zero.
Warstarter and I have always talked about this. You need to have lots of options, and you need to make sure that she knows how many options you have, right? She has to see that, like, at any time, this dude could leave me, right? Like, I'm with the guy who has bitches, so, like, he chose me.
Hey, introduce her to your lawyer. You're like high-powered divorce attorney. Yeah, you ain't getting nothing if I leave you.
You're dumb enough to get that far.
Remember, the threat that you have options is only good if she thinks she can't get anything out of you in family court. Otherwise, the daddy government is her insurance policy.
That's only if you sign the dotted line, though. You got to sign the dotted line.
Oh, come on, Drex. You know that ain't true.
Well, no. You can still get caught up in myriad ways, but like for the most part, the women that are getting the bag, that are truly getting the bag, either it was a kid or it was a divorce. Like not many women are just getting the bag just because they got the bag. Like
I sent you that article about that guy in Toronto, right?
Yeah. That's the one guy. But like here's the thing, it could become a precedent.
Okay. So it's happened once already. Does that mean it can never happen again? Or it'll probably happen one more time?
No. It's once too many. But one things that people got to understand though is that like, Warstarter and I have talked about this. Every time you encounter a woman, there's risk, right? Whether you're dating her, whether it's a one-night stand, any guy out there who says there's zero risk involved with, like, there's no risk really when you encounter a man. Like, if you just say what's up to a dude, unless he's literally like a psycho killer, the odds of something bad happening with just saying hello to a guy is slim to none. A female can interpret what you said. Oh my God, it's harassment. He tried to do this, and next thing you know what I'm saying, you catch a case. But like what Warstarter and I realized was by going to the suburbs was that like one of the things that was really telling was that like we got to talk about how much they want to be degraded, right? It wasn't just they want to get smashed. Let's talk about Warstarter. Why do you think degradation is such a big part of the kink?
I don't know.
You ever degrade a deaf woman?
I've never banged a deaf woman. I've never banged a deaf woman.
Shout out to
But-
Duke.
I've never degraded a deaf woman, but I've done some questionable shit to other women. Yeah, I've
And
done
by
some shit
questionable-
I wasn't even comfortable with doing. Sometimes it's just like shit. She asked for it. I'ma try it and see how it goes.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you did some degrading shit, but she wanted it.
Yeah.
There was never a doubt in my mind that she was the one who asked for it, and you're like, that's like
Not just acts, but begged. Like, for one, I had this lady contacted me, and she had like a fantasy of being raped.
Yeah, it's always the fucking rape fantasies.
Yes, and I was like, yeah, I'm black, and I'm not doing that. There's absolutely nothing you can tell me that's gonna make me do that. I'm like, and she was like trying to talk me into it. She's like, we can even have an interview on camera. I will sign paperwork and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but that means nothing when court is involved.
Oh yeah, you know that the paper's worth nothing. Right,
It's
Drex?
nothing. So I'm just like, I'm not doing that.
Paper's
I'm
worth
not
nothing.
doing that. That means nothing. But there's a lot of fucking women out there that love being degraded. There's some of them that just loves to be spit on, smack the shit out of, and shit like that. Like, when it gets to like super physical shit, I'm like not doing that. Especially if I don't know you, I'm not doing that.
Absolutely. Well, because the thing is that once again, it's all about risk, right? We always
and
weigh
that
the risk
can go sideways very easily.
real quick.
Very easily. Like, I could slap the shit out of her, and then her husband walks through the door.
Well,
And
now,
he had
hold on
no
now.
idea that this is happening. And
Hold
she's
on
not
now.
going to sit there and say, oh, I told him to come here and do this. She's going to say rape.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
She got caught.
Yeah. Now she's going to play the game. She's going to start rolling on the floor and shit. And I am not getting caught up with none of that bullshit.
It's
Now-
almost like this is what they've done since the dawn of time. Oh shit, I got caught being a hoe. He raped me.
Yeah.
That's always been the case. Now,
Yeah. And for
Warstarter,
some
you were in that
reason,
position.
and for
Well,
some,
it is
and for
believable.
some reason, these guys always act stupid. And it's just like, oh yeah, she totally didn't want that. And I'm like, dude, you had to have seen signs of this.
Right?
Like, you're really sitting here acting like you had no fucking idea. Like, your wife has had to told you at some point to do something ridiculously rough, and you were like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. You talked about your experiences living in New York, and you went to a particular house, and it hit you once you got to the house that you went, wait a
Bruh,
minute.
let me tell you about that. So me and this lady was talking, bruh, and she's just like, yeah, I want you to come over here, fuck the shit out of me. Like, she's telling me to do all the nasty shit. All the nasty shit. She's just like spit in my ass, everything. Like, and surprisingly, this was a black girl. Like, I've really encountered black women when it comes to the lifestyle. Right? So I was excited as fuck. I was like, oh shit, there's a black woman that wants this shit. Right? So I show up to the house, get completely naked and everything. And then she goes into the closet to grab like some lingerie that she was going to put on. And then when she opened the closet, all I saw was police uniform. And I'm just like, you're a cop? And she's like, no, my husband's a cop. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh hell no.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm like, where's your husband? And she's like, oh, he's at work. He never comes home. Like, he's always one of the late work. I'm like, yeah, today would be the day he comes home.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And like, she was trying to convince me to stay. And I'm like, hell no. Hell no. Like, what is gonna, if a cop walks in here and see me fucking his wife, and she says rape, who's gonna believe me over a cop?
Well, I don't know. We're watching the Kim Potter trial right now. We'll see how much they believe the cop over. But no, actually,
he has to have like a fucked up record for them to even think.
I think she's going to get the not guilty verdict because her record's spotless. Yes, Kim Potter is white. She shot a black guy.
Okay.
Well, that was Brooklyn Park. That was the Brooklyn Park taser cop.
See? Yeah. I would not be that lucky. I'm not even gonna chance that. I'm not even. I just immediately put my clothes on. Was like, yeah, we're not fucking. I'm done. I'm out.
All right.
Well,
I wanted to ask, what was your closest call then? What was the closest call where you were like, oh, I got to pick up my clothes and get out a window or something?
Oh, that would be when me and Drex was fucking this chick. I'm not gonna say any names, but we were like there for about 5, maybe 10 minutes fucking her. And dude, I don't know, I guess he fell asleep or some shit. I wasn't really like paying attention to him. But I just know he got up and was like, what the fuck? You guys are still fucking my wife? And as soon as I heard that, I got my clothes immediately and was running out the door. Drex was still trying to talk. I'm like, bruh, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Because he's walking around. I don't know what's in the house. I don't know if he has a gun in this room.
9mm and
yes, and starts unloading. And this motherfucker was probably high in something. I'm like, dude, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, Drex is still trying to talk. I'm like, bruh, I'm outside.
Well, hold on. We should rephrase that. I wasn't trying to talk. I was trying to fuck that fucking wife. Because this bra, look, dude, I had this as one of my my 12 days of Thotmas stories last year, right? And you literally rescued me from God at a church because I got lost on the way there.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I had to go back to the main street and said, look, I'm at the church. And I said, did you see the church? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. And then we met there and then drove down to the house.
Oh man. And well, you know what's crazy is that like I remember you met me up at the church. Like I said, for people who don't know, man, this is before smartphones, right? So this is before the days of having
we're using GPS. You gotta print MapQuest.
MapQuest, yep. So one wrong turn, you miss something, all of a sudden you're like, well, where the hell am I at? I don't know where to. So Warstarter comes to get me, and I'm like, because her pictures. Here's the thing. I'll tell you guys what she looked like. She looked like Eve Lawrence. Go look up the porn star Eve Lawrence, right? And we saw the pictures, right? Because like I said, these women send you the pictures, and then they're like, yeah, I want to get ran through. And I'm like, hey, well, shit, you came to the right place. And I asked Warstarter, I'm like, is she as bad as the pictures? I was like, yo, this is a bad bitch. She's better than the pictures. I'm like, bruh. And we walked in. Do you remember that lingerie she had on? It was like, oh,
yes,
yeah,
bruh.
No blue pills needed.
Bruh, I think she was like the one I was like the most excited to fuck. Yeah. I was like, finally, here's a porn star.
Dude.
Finally, I get a W in this game,
Yes.
I get a lot of L's, get a lot of N's. I never get
a
W.
Yes. I was like, fuck yes. And I'm like, we're in the driveway. I'm like, I am gonna fuck the hell out of this bitch. Like, I'm already planning this shit out. Like, and that's also when I've had my first gay fucking moment as well. Like, so we're in here, dude. I'm like so fucking excited. I'm like fucking this chick. It took me about 5 minutes. I was already busting a nut. Like, I was like, fuck, here it comes. Where do you want it? She's like, put it on my titties. So I pull out, I'm like blasting her the titties and shit. And then she looks over to her husband and say, here, honey, lick it up. And I'm just like, wait, what? No. Whoa. What the fuck is happening right now? And then I'm like, are you gay? And then he's like, no. I'm like, dude.
He's got the fucking gravy dripping down his lip and chin. He's like, I'm gay.
I'm like, dude, you're literally trying to lick my shit up off of your wife's chest. That's gay as fuck. Like, what is happening right now?
Just because I lick it up from time to time doesn't make me gay.
That's exactly what he said.
He's like, no,
Oh.
remember she was like, no, guys, be easy. This is just our thing. I'm looking at my man like, bruh. Like, now here's the thing though. Let me give you guys some advice though, man. Let me tell you just how bad this bitch was. Okay, had this been any other scenario, we would have left right there. Like, that was some gay shit, right? The bitch was so bad. I'm like, I guess I can kind of pretend I didn't see that because I want to smash this bitch. Warstarter, you remember what happened? I literally only got like 2 hits, and the bitch like, wait, stop. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Bruh. She was just like, oh, you're too big. She's like, you're too big. Let your friend go a little bit more so he can open me up. And that's like when we went into the shower. I was just like straight fucking the shit out of her in the shower. Like, I got my second wind. I was like, yes. Like, going at this shit. And I know Drex is mad as fuck.
I'm gonna lie to you, man. Look.
I know Drex is mad as fuck. So I'm like, fucking this bitch trying to open this shit up. Like, I'm like, Drex, don't worry. We're gonna fuck her tonight, bro. Like, we're gonna do this. And then I went in there for like 5 minutes, like trying to open her up. And I'm like, all right, Drex, she's ready.
And that's when the bullshit happened, man.
Drex is now getting ready to get in this motherfucker. And then that's when the husband, like, I don't know, he must have had a power nap. I don't know what the fuck happened. But he just like jumped out of his sleep and was like, oh no, you guys been fucking my wife all night. No, you guys gotta fucking get out of here. You guys gotta. And Drex is like, dude, we literally been here for 5 minutes.
Bro, we barely been like, dude, I didn't even get to properly hit yet. Like, this chick looks like Eve Lawrence, the brunette version of Eve Lawrence. I gotta hit this. Like, I was destined. Like, look, I was at church 20 minutes ago. God wanted me to hit this.
What I thought was crazy. In the little time that Drex said that, I was already dressed.
He's already dressed, bro.
I already had my fucking clothes on. Drex looked at me and was like, yo, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm like, bro. I'm like, I think this motherfucker's trying to shoot us. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like,
no, you know what was wild? Is that you don't remember this, but like, that was when I was using one of my guys' digital cameras, right? He had one of that big ass Canon. The Canon. The Canon.
Yes, the Canon. I remember that shit. Because I was like, dude, we're going to fuck this bitch in HD. I was like, so excited. Because I was like, yo, he got the new camera. We're going to rewatch this shit.
We're videos. So we're ready to sit here and make all this. Like this is a high-powered camera, bro. Like, so for those of you guys who are a little younger, you got to understand. Back in the day, there was no smartphone. You couldn't just be like, oh, I'm just going to pull out my phone and record, this video or pictures. No. Camera phones were like 2.1 megapixels.
Yep. You had the little bullshit ass camcorder with the videotape that you had to put inside of another adapter to watch in your VCR. Like, it was a fucking hassle, man. And talking about making a copy of that shit is not even possible.
Oh, it was whack.
Unless you have a second VCR to fucking record that shit. Like, DVDs was just coming out. It wasn't DVDs even like
it wasn't even like DVD was like normal, but it wasn't cheap.
Super popular. Like, you had to have money to have a DVD player. Like, everybody was not having a DVD player yet.
Yeah, that shit was real. And so here I am looking at I'm literally looking at the playback. Like, I'm sitting there. When Warstarter is in the shower, I'm the guy sitting there looking at the pictures we took, right? I'm like, oh man, look, damn this bitch is bad. Because like I said, this was the time when Eve Lawrence was big, and I'm like, man, this bitch looks like Eve Lawrence, man. She's looking right. Mm-hmm. And so when you got dressed in literally 1.4 seconds, and I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck you get dressed? I'm still dude. This is how funny it was. I'm ass naked, holding the camera's dangling around my neck. I have my socks still on. And you're like, bro, you gave me this, like, are we gonna fucking get out of here?
Yeah, I don't know. I got some flash powers that night. Like, my spider senses was tingling. Bro, I got dressed so fucking quick. So quick.
That was the closest call then.
Oh yeah, dude. We had lots of calls of guys just doing weird shit. Warstarter, you remember there was a case I got in my little notes here about the thought tales, right? One of our weirdest encounters that we ever had was going. You remember this, right? We went over to the spot in Golden Valley, and all the lights
crazy
were
bitch.
off. You remember that
crazy bitch? Yes.
It was a black chick, but all the lights were off, and I'm like, I can't see nobody in this house.
Yep. That's the day I brought my brother with me.
Yeah,
I brought my brother with me that day, and he's like, this shit looks shady as fuck.
It looked, dude. It was, dude.
He's like, why is it so dark in here? Like,
it was so fucking dark, bro. Like, I remember, like, you know what's fucked up? Do you remember we walked in and she's like, "We're right over here," and I'm like, "What the like?" So you could hear a voice. You could kind of make out a
hallway, hallway to the living room. Like, you know what it felt like? It felt like some waist deep shit. Like when Tyrese and Megan Good like broke into the house, and then there's just like two people sitting here in the dark. Like, we don't want to turn the lights on because we're not supposed to be here.
Yeah. It was like somebody like basically it'd be like someone house sitting, or like they broke in this motherfucker and they're like, yeah, we're gonna get something cracking in this spot. And it's like, wait a minute, bro, are you sure this is legal? Like, just the situations we found ourselves in, man. Like, it's a minor miracle we're still alive, because we for the most part we avoided Me Too, although we both had bitches out here making claims that weren't true. We had to smash all these hoes. We had all these things happen. And we go back to just like, even the thing that doesn't get talked about enough is that Warstarter, we got to talk about some of the strange requests that we get. Because the requests are starting to get weird out here, right? Like you know, you're trying to be like this, like, look, this is what we're here to do, right? We're here to bring the crew and smash. And then you start getting these weird requests, right? The tranny thing started happening. You know, I'm like, where the fuck? Like, wait a minute, man. Like, it says straight dudes trying to, we're here to blow backs out. And then all of a sudden it was like sissy boys. Like, it was like the rise of the sissies. And it's like, where the fuck? Like, where did this come from? Like,
yeah, shit was.
It's sad that everybody wants the dick, even guys that claim to be straight.
I don't
know what happened, man. Dudes got weird out here, and it's like
it's not even. It even became like some of the dudes that would show up with us was starting to act weird. Because I remember I was at we was doing this one gangbang, and one of these motherfuckers just popped up behind me and like tapped me on my back, and I like swung around like, dude, what the fuck are you doing back here, bro? Like, it's like, I was just letting you know that I want my turn. I'm like, bro, say that from the front. Like, why the fuck are you standing behind me? Like,
dude, look, we need to look. Here's what's crazy, man. We got to address this. We got to go ahead. We got to do like a little breakdown, the art of the gangbang, the rules, right? Because there's rules to this shit.
There is.
Listen, if you want your turn, you do a peripheral. You do a panoramic view, right? You go left or right or center. You can be anywhere but behind somebody. Under no circumstance are you allowed to be behind a dude ever in a gangbang, bro. Don't ever be behind me, bro. Like, why the fuck are you behind me?
Bruh, that's how it felt, man. Like, the dude just like tapped me on my shoulder, like out of the blue. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I look back, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing back here? He's like, I just wanted to get in there. I'm like, bruh, first of all, you could have said that while you were getting your dick sucked. I'd have gladly moved so you can jump back here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, bro, don't ever do that shit again. Like, ever.
Like
I never did a gangbang. I never did a gangbang with him again.
You can't.
I was like, I'm not doing it. The fact that you came back here and touched me while I'm mid fucking stroke, deep in a pussy. Like, no. Fucked up my whole mood. I didn't even want to fuck for the rest of that night. I was like, I'm done.
Well, now hold on now. So Warstarter, you remember we had the epic orgy, right? And that was over at the Cambria Suites. I had it in one of my Thotmas stories last year, where it was because of that experience I swore off couples. I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking with couples ever again, man.
Oh my god. Bruh. Because Drex was in the other room. Right? So I'm in this room with the couple, he's like giving me the rundown. He's like, all right, this is what she wants. This is what she likes. Okay, this is what I want you to do. And I'm just like, all right, bro. I hear you. So I get in here. I start fucking. And then as soon as this dude walks out the room, the wife just changed. It was like some Dr. Jekyll, Mrs. Hyde type shit. As soon as he walked out, she just pulled off my rubber and was like, fuck me raw. Like, I don't want none of this rubber shit. She's like, fuck me hard, pussy ass, everything. And I'm like, but your husband said no anal. She's like, I don't give a fuck what he said. She's like, fuck my ass, fuck me, just fuck me hard. And I'm just like, all right. So I started like doing that shit, and then he walks back in the room, and then her body language just changed. Like, I didn't even realize he walked back in the room. But when I noticed like how she stopped being so aggressive, I looked over my shoulder and realized he was back in the room. And then she was like whispering in my ear, like, yeah, those rules is his rules. Like, I don't like fucking doing what he says. And I'm just like, cool, noted. I'll keep that and get that noted. But then what happened after that was the weirdest shit ever too. Like, dude just sat there, pulled his dick out, and started jacking off. So I'm just like in her ear now, like, is your husband gay? She's like, no, he's not gay. I'm like, why is he in the corner jacking off? I'm like, there's more women here than men. Why is he not fucking another woman? There was like 5 guys at this party, and there was like 6 or 7 women.
Man, bitches was.
I'm like, why is he not fucking a woman right now? Like, why is he in the corner watching me jacking off? Like, I don't understand this. And she's like, well, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not gay. I'm like, you know what he's doing.
Nah, yeah, you know.
Motherfucker's gay.
These women know, man. These dudes is gay.
Yeah, like, okay. You know exactly what he's doing. The motherfucker's
you know what
gay.
he's doing. Look, well, here's what's crazy, though. Okay, like, I explained that story in Thotmas last year, right? And one of the things that I didn't say was that long before that shit jumped off, we had the meet and greet. And there were some weird things that happened in the meet and greet that should have let us know that this is going to be a night of fuckery, right? So the meet and greet was wild because
I've learned that from sorry, Drex, but I've learned from doing the show for a year. You are really bad at picking up warning signs.
No, here's the thing. Usually, here's the thing. Some people say it's thirst, but you know what I think it is? I think it's a matter of you're so focused on what you want that, like, because think about it, isn't that the reason why guys don't believe their wife is cheating? No, she's not, because they're in denial, right?
Yeah.
You're focused. Here's the thing. You're focused on what you want to do, right? So certain shit tends to slide, right? Do you know when it stopped happening? This is around the time it stopped happening for the most part, because like I started being the observer more, right? And that's what caused guys to act weird around me.
Because you stopped playing. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You were like, no, stop playing and just setting stuff up and was just observing.
Yep.
And then that's when you started peeping a lot more shit.
Yeah, because here's what people don't understand. When you're in a group setting, right? For the guys who don't know, lots of shit happens that you don't see or fully understand because you're there to do a job, and your job is to go smash, right?
Yeah,
so
and you're focused on what you're doing.
Over here. Yeah, he's saying something weird. If somebody's in the corner, look, think about it. In a one-on-one scenario, there's no one else there to say or do anything. So it is what it is. Once you start adding more people, here's the thing. If you're going ahead and clapping this chick, right? And she starts acting different, you don't know why until you realize, you look over your shoulder, the husband is over in the corner now. So now she's acting different. Whereas one-on-one, she just lets go, right? She's uninhibited.
Yeah, so, she just let loose and was just going with the flow.
Yeah, she
was like, started taking off the restrictions, because I'm like, okay, so you don't want me to do this. And she's like, fuck all that shit. This is what I want. Do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, well, you're the woman. I'm fucking you. So I'm going to do what the fuck you want. Right? At the end of the day, you can argue with your husband when you go home. That ain't my problem.
Exactly.
But if you say this is what you want, that's what I'm giving you.
Exactly. Well, and this
you
is the
are
thing.
Such a charitable man there, Warstarter. You know, you're providing charity to these women. It's like, you know what? I'm not in control here. It's whatever you want.
Well, but it's always going to be her rules because here's the thing: if
I know that.
no, and you try to take
it's funny,
something,
but I know that
it's like you try to take something. Next thing you know, you're on the Channel 5 news, right?
Yeah.
The thing that's wild though is that like there's all these little this interplay that happens. And a lot of it is due to the bruised ego of bitch-made betas. Because like it's very rarely the females acting weird. It's usually the dude. So what ends up happening is listen, I set up the meet and greet, and Warstarter remembers this shit. The only reason why we were having this fucking orgy was because the couple from Kansas City wanted it.
Yep.
And then they didn't even show up to the meet and greet that I set up.
Yep.
I'm like, wait a minute. You prompted this. So it was like, I think it was 11 or 12 people at the meet and greet at the TGI Fridays, right?
Yeah, and we had more
fucking TGI Fridays.
We had more guys there than women. But what also fucked that up too is some of the guys there was like, yeah, we should just get a room and just me and you.
Oh, and I'm just they trying to romance bitches.
I'm like, what are you doing? These bitches are here for gangbangs. Like, why are you trying to get a 1-on-1, bro? Like,
and then
we had to like started cutting people from the group.
Yeah, we had to cut. Look, we cut.
Or is that a written rule?
Oh, that's well known. You do not take from the community, and these guys are trying to take from the community because, like I said, most dudes out here, you know, I've talked to many women about this. These guys ain't got no hoes. They got no receipts. They got no roster, right? So when we show up to the spot with multiple females, these dudes come in like, oh, yeah. You see, a lot of guys, like I said, they sell wolf tickets, right? They never lived through nothing. So they walk up there saying, oh, yeah, I'm down, man. You just let me know. I'll be there. And so X amount won't show up because they're going to flake, right? Because they can't really handle that real shit, right? The guys that do, they come up there, they're like, oh, shit, this is real. Like, he really does have multiple females here all dressed up. Because all the women look nice. You know what I'm saying? They're all, you know, they're not like scantily clad, but you can tell they are dressed like I'm dressed to get fucked. If you were in that bar, if you were in that TJ Fridays that night in January, you looked at those females, you went, oh, I don't know what's going on here, but these bitches are getting fucked tonight, right?
Yes.
So the dudes end up trying to take the females off. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just, do our own thing. And then this is the reason why I tell guys not to ever be bitch made, right? When you do that, the women come back and tell us. So she comes back like, Warstarter, Drex, just so you guys know, those guys over there, it was a fireman, right? They were firemen. They're trying to pull us to just go with them. What did you say? I said, no, we're here with Drex and Warstarter, so we're about to go to the hotel and get fucked. And then they literally left. They were like tail between the legs, like, well, I guess we ain't getting none tonight. And then they left, and then we went to the spot. So
that's also the thing that's just funny to me, is because, dude, the whole purpose why you're here is because the girls want a gangbang. Not a 1-on-1. Not you alone in a hotel with her. She wants a gangbang. Why the fuck are you here telling this girl about let's go do a 1-on-1?
Insecurity.
Well,
man, okay, so I think we filmed like an entire episode here.
Oh, is it? Goddamn. Look, time always goes quick when I'm talking to my man. Now, we got to get this on the record. We went around how the lifestyle is, the ups and downs. We got to go ahead and get you out here with this, Warstarter. Who's the freakiest? And what's the best thought tale you got that comes to mind of bitches out here really getting it in? Because we know that these dudes have flipped and turned gay. We had guys in our crew get exposed as being on the down low.
Yeah, I stopped talking to a few guys because
of that. You told me about one of the guys got exposed, man. I was like,
yeah, bruh. That was so weird. We was like at this party, I brought this chick, we're gangbanging her, right? And dude was on top and his dick fell out. And the other dude at the bottom was like, here, bro, I got you. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then she looks at me.
Don't you worry. I got it.
And then she looks at me and was like, did that dude just put the other dude's dick back in my pussy? And I'm like, that's exactly what he just did. And I'm
Would
like,
you rather lie in that scenario, though? Like
But it's on.
if I were in your position, I'd be like, oh no, he was just joking.
I couldn't. It's on camera, and it's on camera.
Damn it.
I'm just like holding the camera in my hand, like, yeah,
Yeah, that just happened.
yeah.
Well,
Because you're gonna see this anyways. So I can't even lie. You're gonna see this. You're getting a copy of this. So yeah, that just happened.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the camera. Let the guys know about the protocol of why we always use cameras. Because there's people out there that we've had females in the past. Remember, especially when we were running through the suburban bitches, and a lot of them wanted the pictures just because they wanted to see it, right? They're like, I want to see how I got ran through later, right? But some of them, you remember this? They're like, oh, I don't do that. I gotta be discreet. So let these guys know the power of the camera.
The camera also lets people know that you're not bullshitting. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you can say you did some shit, but without any proof, who the fuck is gonna believe you? You know what I'm saying? So as long as normally what we do is just keep everybody's face out of it.
Yeah, we get the angles. We get the certain angles. Like you can get angles, and you can let people. They can clearly see, like, oh yeah, these guys are real. They're doing this real shit. But the thing is, though, is that like over time, you realize it got easier because when you do that, they came to you. Because here's the thing: women are just as visual as men, right?
Very.
So when the women see this shit, and they're like, oh my god, Warstarter, what kind of things are you guys into? Go ahead and give us the real. Who is the freakiest out there in the lifestyle?
You mean as far as like what, single women, married women, and stuff like that?
Single, married, ethnicity.
It's definitely married white women.
They're God's gift. God's gift to this earth.
Definitely.
Shout out to the big man.
I know what it is. Married white women do shit that is the easiest way to say it.
Are we talking like toilet stuff?
Everything.
When you mean everything, you mean
everything under the sun. Everything under the sun. I have most of the married white women I've met is the ones that do the nastiest shit with no problem.
Buddy.
Google wants to know if amputations are involved.
It's not even a second thought. It's like, hey, do this, and it's done. It's getting done. No questions asked. Just it's being done. And then half of the times, it's always like the husband, like, hey, honey, what are you doing? And you got to be like, dude, shut up.
Oh man. Well, just, you know what though?
Watch and learn what your wife really is about.
Now, one of the crazy things is that we saw lots, especially when we went on a tear, man. When we went through the whole suburbs back when we were going to start our own porn site. And
yes. Oh, I forgot about that.
You remember that shit?
Yes.
You caught a case and I caught a case.
Yes. Oh man.
So Warstar and I we're going to start our own porn studio and shit, right? Like, so this is how bad, like, I want you guys to understand how bad it was. We were such a terror in the burbs with all these white soccer moms and shit, right? And housewives and all that. It got so bad. It was the women's even suggesting, like, well, do you guys have like your own website where you guys are just getting all of us? And we're like, man, we need to. Like, we need to just go ahead and just.
Yes.
We already got the footage.
Mm-hmm.
And they love being on camera, and they do it all. It was so bad. Like there was actually that point, man. Do you remember we kind of like looked at each other like, is it really this bad out here, man? Like, are we really like when Warstarter tells you that they were down to do anything and everything, it only got worse over time, right? When we first started, that was 2005. Look at how bad it is now. They do everything.
You know what's crazy then? I remember like every family function I showed up to, I was always the single guy. My family was just always like, when you gonna like settle down with someone? I'm like, no time soon.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I'm like, if you even see what these wives are doing, I don't need a wife.
Well,
period.
That doesn't get talked about enough, right? Where it's like this. Everybody always wants you to be in a relationship, right? But you and I saw everything from the opposite side. We were sitting there like this. Yo, These married women are getting trains run on them. And now, someone in your family's like, when are you ever going to settle down? You're like, are you serious, bro? It was all of them in the suburbs. It wasn't some, not all of them.
It was all of them.
All of them
and what's crazy? What's crazy? We even picked up chicks from just being at the bar having a meet and greet, and they vibed what was happening.
Yep.
And just like slid over and started like, yeah, wherever you guys are going, we're going.
You remember that Axel's bonfire, don't you? Do you remember that?
Yeah. They don't even know what the fuck we're doing.
They don't know what's going on. They're like, we know.
They were just like, whatever the fuck you guys are doing, we are coming.
We want in.
We want in. We want in. This shit looks like it's going to be fun, and I'm not fucking missing this.
And who came in to hate? It was always that one.
It's always a fucking dude. It's always a fucking dude that comes in and hates.
Always a hater. Look, dude, when you pull someone's broad when they're there, when they actually get cucked, it was that. Or here's the thing, you would have females who would cock block. Do you remember we were at that bonfire and it was the female who stopped her friend from getting ran through?
Oh, yes. I remember that other one. Yes.
Because remember, and she was the hot. So the hot chick wanted to come with us because she saw we had a meet and greet, and she's like, who are you guys? And I'm like, yo, I'm Drex. You know what I'm saying? This is Warstarter. Okay, well, because your girl. Like, who do you think your ex looked like? What porn star would you say she looked like?
Fuck.
Tall, skinny, blonde. I'm trying to think like what porn star.
Fuck. I mean, it's right there at the tip of my fucking tongue.
I'm trying to think because I know you were
her name.
Oh, she was hotter than Lauren Southern. Oh yeah. She was hotter than Lauren Southern.
Oh my god, titties were so big and nice. Just
her tits were nice. Yeah. No lie. And
fuck.
So yeah,
look like
okay, Warstarter. You know that conservative guys, they pine for these fucking chameleons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any advice for the tradcon or trad cuck out there? It's still like, no man, I just need to get with my Lauren Southern or my Tommy Lauren.
To be honest with you, I am not going to give them any good advice. I'm just going to tell them keep doing what they're doing so I can continue to fuck your wife for you.
Dude, look, let me ask you this.
That's the best advice I'm going to give is just keep just stay in your lane and let me handle your wife for you.
Dude,
please.
Happy wife.
Yes, happy wife, happy life. Let me take care of that.
Man. It got to that point. Well, do you remember we actually came to that realization where we're like, these guys won't listen to us anyway, right? So we might as well just go like this. It basically works as like one large ecosystem, right? Without the bitch made simp to wife up these women, right? Who have small dicks, who are just good providers, right? If they didn't exist, we couldn't exist, right? Because
like that boat couple.
Someone said Casey J.
Oh, Cassie J. No. I know who that is. That's the she's the director of the Red Pill. No. Warstarter, you're killing me. How do you not know what porn star your own ex used to look like, man? You're killing me.
I know, but I just can't remember her name. It's just not fucking coming out of me.
because I remember saying it when I met her. Like just like when we went to Eden Prairie and homegirl looked like Eve Lawrence. I was like, it looks like Eve Lawrence. Like, holy shit. Yeah, so his
I
girl
just can't remember her name at the moment. I'm probably gonna fucking remember as soon as we finish this chat.
That's the wild thing. We had that streak where like we basically realized that like everything has an ebb and flow. Everything is an ecosystem. So it's like the guys who wife these women up, right? And they sit there and they're the cucks in denial, right? No, my wife would never. Warstar and I were basically sitting there like, well, hey, we reap the rewards because. Do you notice every woman we ever met in the lifestyle, we only saw them at their best? I've told guys this on Nick's show. We don't see them in sweatpants and shit, right? Like they were always in lingerie and they were looking their heels. They would look their best. And the guy who pays for them, that's the husband, he's out there paying, top dollar for her. He put her in the house, got her a car, he's paying all the bills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then yet he gets no sex from her. She wears the worst clothes for him. And then like she does in the sex that she does give him is trash, right? They came over to us saying, "Oh no, I want to do all that," and everything was nasty,
That's,
right?
but that's the. It's. I wouldn't really say that she's giving him trash. She's just working with what she's getting.
Maybe.
These dudes are not fucking these girls like we're fucking them, bro. Like it's
That was a
just
good
like
time,
it's
man.
impossible for them, man. Like, and we were like super young then too, bro. We was like fucking these bitches for hours, bro.
Yeah, they were marathons. That was the other thing.
Yeah,
We were
like we would go there like 4 p.m. and we're like leaving at 1 a.m. in the morning.
it was literally marathons. Like
just straight fucking, no breaks, no none of that. It's just
like,
the fuck train ain't got no breaks.
It was a young man stamina. Like, dude, when you have no injuries, right? Like, your body feels great. You have no injuries. You're 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're well hydrated. You're well built. You're like, shit, let's go.
Good supply of Powerade coming in.
Yeah. I mean, the cucks brought the snack tray. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you guys want some? You guys want any Powerade? I got Gatorade. I got Powerade. I've got Muscle Milk. Look, man, just hand me the tray and just shut the fuck up and go in the corner, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember the dude trying to give us hors d'oeuvres? Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, in the middle of fucking.
Look, I'm not mid thrust. I was saying, like, I want you guys to imagine smashing a bitch, right? She's getting clapped from the back, and the guy was like, hors d'oeuvres?
Just like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, no fuck out of here. But you know what? I think that was a part of the play. I think they like that shit. I think they deliberately. Yes, I think he deliberately did that to feel humiliated. Go over there, say he can get his little hard on, and just sits in the corner like, yes, all part of my plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just being in the corner, all diabolical and shit, while his wife is just getting her fucking back blown out. Shit is crazy.
This whole episode was crazy. Don't worry, Warstarter.
Yeah, this is a long fucking recording.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have you on for our Thotmas Carols. Don't worry, we got more stories with Warstarter. But thank you for coming on. We'll go ahead and record later. We'll get this shit. Producer Tim, you know where to hit the cut button. I will hit you guys up later.
Wait, do I?
yeah. Well, somewhere in here, we'll splice all this shit up.
Maybe I'll. Yeah, I think we'll call this a special edition of Thotmas Carols. You know?
Oh yeah.
Own episode.
yeah.
I think we also we all need to get together sometime, man, in the new year.
Oh man, this shit's wild, man. People
so
ain't
we
ready
can have like a sit down or something for real. Yeah.
We're definitely gonna bring you guys that real shit. I hope you guys enjoyed, man. But like I said, we're gonna have Warstarter back on. We're gonna go in balls deep yet again. But yeah, I'm about to head out of here. I'm gonna get ready for the show at 8:00 with Legal Mindset. But yeah, this is gonna be like this is gonna cap off the fucking Thotmas Carols. So
episode 69 is Duke versus Warstarter.
Oh yeah. Hey, hold up. You know about facial abuse, right? And ghetto gaggers and all that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got him on the show, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Duke Skywalker. So
he's a fan.
Yeah, he's a fan. I would give a shout out to him on every show I did with on Rakeda Law, right?
Yeah.
And so I would keep giving him a shout out, and then he ends up contacting Nick. He found a way to contact Nick, got Nick's phone number, and look, there's the thing right there in the Discord. If you look in the Tyrone text tab, you'll see.
Yeah.
It. So he ends up going like this. He's like, "Yo, what's up? This Drex guy keeps on shouting me out. What's up?" He gives me his number, and then we linked him up. So it's the first time he's ever been on anyone's show because he doesn't really like dealing with people in the press or the media or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, he loved it. He's coming back on to do the Thotmas Carols. I know he's gonna be busy doing some housework, but we're still gonna get him in. But yeah, the dude is comedy. I'm gonna have to get you and him on the fucking show for a joint show. We'll have to recount some tales of fucking thottery and fucking these bitches.
I'm down,
dude.
I'm down.
I don't look. Here's the thing.
I can't wait.
How many holes do you think we ran through?
I think if someone counted it out, it would be like I think it was March or early April would be episode 69.
Oh yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, here's the thing though. There are people out there who didn't understand just how many bitches we ran through in the burbs, right? So I'm thinking right now. So Warstarter, we're gonna let you out with this. What do you think was our body count of running through these bitches in the suburbs?
Fuck. I would say at least 500.
Wow.
At least. At least, because it was like to the point where we were fucking like 5 to 10 broads a night.
It's over 9,000. God damn it, Koopa.
Yes. And we was doing that. And it was like
bad, man.
Weekdays,
it was bad, bro.
Weekends.
Weekdays. The weekdays were all the cheating wives. Weekends were always reserved for the cucks because the husbands were always there on the weekend. Weekdays it was always the cheating wives.
Yeah. And during that whole time, me and you had no kids.
No kids.
So we had no fucking responsibilities, bro.
Bad.
It was just literally work and fucking.
It was literally working. Like it got so bad. This is what guys don't understand, man. This is how bad it was. I could hit up Warstarter at any time. I'm not joking. Literally, like 11:46 p.m. Hello? Yeah, what up? What you doing? Nah, man, just chilling. Hey, man, look, this bitch wants to get dick down tonight. You're like, where does she live? You would put in a map quest, right? Oh, that's 17 minutes away. It's 12 miles.
Yep.
Let's go.
And I'm speeding.
Yeah,
and I'm speeding.
That's how bad it was. It was
speeding. I'm like, I'm gonna get there in 10 minutes. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm cutting this 17 down to 10 minutes. I'm speeding all the way there.
Dude, this is how bad it was back then, man. Dude, before, like I said, this is before all the GPS trackers. It was that bad, man. There's people out there who don't know how bad it was. These suburban, anybody out there who lives in the suburbs thinking that their girl is loyal, man, fuck you. Actually, you know what? No, your girl is loyal. I want you to believe that she's loyal, that she would never cheat on you. I want you to believe that shit each and every day that you wake up and go to sleep, because we're running trains on the broad, man. Fuck you.
I always laugh like when I go to like the supermarkets and I would see them with their husbands and shit, and I'm just like, wow.
All right, one final question. What's the story behind your nickname?
Oh my god, it's a music thing. The Warstarter came because I was like having a beef with this other Jamaican singer named Elephant Man, and that's pretty much where I came up with that, because I made a song about it and we were like dissing each other back and forth, and then the name just stuck with me from there.
All right, what about the other one?
What, the King of Antigua?
Yeah.
Oh, I just added that on there. I just added it on there. Like after a while, I added that on there to just because there was no one else from my island that was doing what I was doing, and I like all my nephews and shit was like, "Yo, you're a goat," and I'm like, you know what? I might as well just put the King of Antigua in it.
All right.
Oh, guess what?
I've always wanted to know. It's just now I know. Thank you.
It just hit me. When we record your other Thotmas Tales. You're gonna take us to Antigua and tell us how it goes down on the islands and how these bitches get fucking ran through who come off the boat, bro. we're gonna go all the way in. So don't worry. I'm gonna send you a text. Look for my text. I'm gonna hit you up. I see Man of One Title is here. So Tim is gonna kill the recorder, and then Man of One Title will get you on to record your segment, and I'll do that, and then I'll get myself ready for the show tonight with Legal Mindset. So Warstarter, thanks for coming on. Like I said, don't worry, I'll send you a text. We're gonna get you back in, and you're gonna take us to Antigua and let everybody know what all, especially these white bitches, are doing when they take these hocations out to the island.
Right. Definitely.
All right. Oh, go ahead and show your shit so everybody knows how to find you and all that.
It's the same name, Warstarter, TKOA, and it's on like every music platform. You'll find me on everything. Absolutely everything. All my social medias and stuff is the same thing.
Perfect.
So I rock with the same name, so it's very easy to find me.
That's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
The host can find him. The host find him easier. I looked you up.
They don't even need to look.
No.
You know how there's MapQuest? Hoes have a MapQuest to the nearest BBC built radio.
Yes, they do. They do. And they always walk up on me. Like it's so fucking easy. It's crazy. It's crazy how much fun I have with my life. It's gotta love these housewives.
It was a pleasure. I'm gonna kill this recorder, and we will see you very soon.
All right, man. You guys take care.
All right. Peace out. Stay
See ya,
toxic,
Drex.
everybody.